All right. So, hello, friends from places all over the world, and welcome to this International Women's Day retreat brought to you by the Center for Mindful Self-Compassion Circles of Practice public offering. My name is Dina, Abou, Aish, and I'm so happy to be your host today. Just a word about me. I'm an educator by profession. I hold a doctorate degree in education and teach elementary methods and social emotional learning to university students and to school faculties throughout Los Angeles, California. I'm also honored to be a mindful self-compassion teacher with the Center for Mindful Self-Compassion, where I co-teach courses like Fierce Self-Compassion and other MSC meditations in our circles of practice, public offerings, which many of you attend and which are offered 3 times a day, including the BIPOC group, which we have courageously co-nurtured into being, in which I love teaching almost every Thursday, 3 p.m. Pacific time. I'm also proud to be a team leader in the Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, Belonging, and Justice Committee, directed by the wonderful Sydney Spears here at Center for Mindful Self-Compassion. And this is the 4th annual International Women's Day retreat, initiated a few years ago by my dear friend Layla Narcy and Kristen Neff. And so we wish to bring voice, community, healing, and empowerment to women around the world. So welcome to all of those who self-identify as women. Here, we seek to create a safe refuge, so a space to come together in global community, to practice, feel connected and empowered. And as the poet Maya Angelou has famously said, I come as one, but stand as 10,000. I come as one, but I stand as 10,000. So here we are. So with that, friends, let's get started. Let's see. So, oh, forgive me. I was not spotlighting myself during that. So I hope you could see me. And here's dear Miriam. So I'd like to introduce Mirjam Luthe. Miriam describes her teaching as weaving in mindfulness, compassion, and gratitude practices to invite experiences of equity and dignity for individual liberation, community building, and systemic change. A certified teacher in mindful self-compassion, mindfulness-based stress reduction, awake in the wild, which is a contemplative nature practice, and yoga, with university degrees in intercultural business studies and international development cooperation. In her experience, interpersonal mindfulness formats like counsel and dyadic practice can become essential pathways to create safe containers for deep, compassionate listening in settings that require courage and trust. She has worked with marginalized populations for more than 15 years and has held positions of teacher relations coordinator and global engagement coordinator here at the Center for Mindful Self-Compassion, currently with a focus on how compassion practices can support the necessary move towards regenerative systems and inner development goals. In her own words, thank you for being here, Miriam, dear Miriam.
Thank you, dear Dina. Thank you, Mary, and thanks to all in the background that we do not see now, but of course you are all here. And maybe just to start, if you feel like that's possible as you are, otherwise you can imagine it, right? With a soft gaze looking at gallery view, also where you just see names. Just with that awareness that we are in a circle here. The many thousands that Dina spoke about so beautifully. And so many, as you look at each other, so many standing in our backs, where we come from. Welcoming yourself in and welcoming others in on this special day. Many special days. And when I thought about what it means to me, International Women's Day, what comes to mind is having witnessed women all over the continents with many qualities that are so needed. And we all have those qualities, but I've really seen how much tending to and caring and foresight and planning, thinking for the generations to come and taking care, because so many threads of life, so much of the web of life can be seen. So honoring that, that's the intention for our practice here. And what is more compelling to use pictures from nature, so metaphors from nature, even for our coming together here, or this part of our retreat. So let's call it a grounding and connecting practice, how we start this first part. I'm very grateful that you're all here and share practice together, as it needs this togetherness. I'd like to read a poem that is from Mary Oliver. When I am among the trees, when I am among the trees, especially the willows and the honey locust, equally the beech, the oaks and the pines, they give off such hints of gladness. I would almost say that they save me, and daily. I am so distant from the hope of myself, in which I have goodness and discernment, and never hurry through the world, but walk slowly and bow often. Around me the trees stir in their leaves and call out, "Stay a while." The light flows from their branches, and they call again. It's simple, they say, and you too have come into the world to do this, to go easy, to be filled with light, and to shine. So with this image of the trees, maybe that can be a metaphor for as we're grounding, uprightness, being rooted and being connected. Some of you may know the research from Susan C. Marr, Canadian forest ecologist, Finding the Mother Tree. So amazing that a research like that, first at all, not really looked at as something easy to believe, and yet now knowing that there's such a mystery fungi mycelium network under the earth where trees are, and especially their matriarch trees that act as nexus of nutrient distribution and sugar and chemicals to care for different ages of other trees, same family trees, sometimes also other trees to protect. So a lot of chemistry and physically linkages together in that network. And this shares an important message that I would like to invite us into this meditation, that it is not about competition, and that the theory of cooperation is very important and much more than we may think in evolution and ecology. So this cooperation, this togetherness, as a thread running through our meditation. I invite you, if your eyes are not yet closed, to see whether this is possible, if it serves you to close your eyes in the posture that you chose, or just lowering your gaze. We can always adapt that and take best care of yourself as it serves in this moment. Maybe with eyes closed or gaze lowered, still with the awareness that we are all here together. Maybe awareness of noticing the space where you are, even if the gaze is lowered. Maybe sensing this through your body, knowing there's the window or the light. Breeze maybe coming in through the window, orienting in your space. And feel your body in that posture of lying down or sitting, standing, whatever you chose. Just sense how it's making contact with the earth. Maybe feet, soles of your feet touching the earth in this moment. Maybe you'd like to wiggle the toes for a moment to greet the earth underneath. Feeling the other parts, maybe the hip socket, as it's being held on the chair, on the surface that is holding you in this moment. Allow the body to let its weight rest on the earth. Gravity holding you very reliably in this moment. Let's see whether you can release tension in your body as you exhale. Each exhale, letting your body rest even more onto the support of the earth. Allowing your face to soften. Releasing the forehead, the muscles around the eyes. These eyes that make us smile, speak through our eyes, see the beauties and everything that these eyes can perceive. Releasing also the jaw, maybe making the movement as to sense whether there's tension in the strong muscle, and letting it rest and relax. The tongue rest in the mouth. Be aware of the shoulders. And as you breathe out, let the shoulders soften. Bring attention to chest and belly, and allow them to release and to soften on the next exhale. Notice your arms and your hands, and with the next exhale, let them grow a little heavier, releasing tension. Wiggling fingers for a moment if that feels easier to sense into the hands, and then letting them rest. Hands that don't need to do anything in this moment. These hands that cooperate with each other, that let you explore the world, sense the world, receive and give, create, touch and be touched. Feel your legs and feet. And as you exhale, release, soften, and let go in legs and feet. Feel your whole body now as you inhale and exhale, allowing the whole body to soften and to release its weight onto the earth. Feel the solidity of earth holding you in this moment. Let yourself connect to the groundedness of your body in connection to earth. We like to imagine, even imagining like a tree being rooted in the humus, the soil of earth, strong and stable. Maybe visualize sending roots down into the earth, connecting to many other little roots down in the earth. Vibrant network of life and rooted in it. This feeling of groundedness, become aware of your breath again. Feel flowing in, the flowing out of air, breath of life. And let it be easy. Nothing that needs to be done. Nowhere to go. If you notice tension as you sense your breathing, focus instead on sensations in your body or contact of soles or feet with the earth, or sounds, whatever serves you, instead of breathing as the anchor. And otherwise, enjoy your breathing in this moment as it is possible right now. Resting in your breathing. Notice how it comes and goes all by itself, in nourishing all cells with oxygen, and out, releasing, returning back to cycle of life, trees, grasslands, algae, plankton. And breathing in again, nourishing to all cells, and releasing with the out-breath, part of the cycles of life. Notice the length of your inhale now, beginning, middle, and end. A little pause. And the length of exhale from start to finish. And a little pause. Sensing how the body gently moves with the rhythm of in-breath and out-breath. Staying with the entire journey of your breath the whole way through. Allowing the in-breath to grow deeper and the out-breath a little longer, very naturally without forcing anything, just as it is easy for you in this moment, being your own best teacher. As we sit and rest, or lay down and rest, the breath also is invited to begin to rest, lengthening and slowing down. And now feel the breath in your whole body to the extent possible in this moment. Breathing in and breathing out, feeling the whole body breathing. Be noticing it in the nose, throat, chest, diaphragm, belly, and maybe even how the breath moves the back of your body. Back ribs, movement of body, expanding and retracting. Allow yourself to be fully in your whole body as you breathe with awareness. Breathing in, opening to the feelings of the body. And breathing out, allowing the whole body to rest. Exhaling tension and strain with each exhale. Letting tension and tightness flow out of the body with each exhale. Releasing any striving, any trying to make something happen. If you notice that tendency that we all share as human beings to sometimes strive and tension up in the body, see whether you can let it go just for now, for this practice. Just resting the body and allowing yourself to be at ease with each exhale. allowing the body to soften and to release. Notice now if there's any place in your body that feels neutral or even pleasant, at ease, place that feels calm, settled, comfortable or relaxed. Or even simply a place where nothing is wrong in this moment. Notice how this place feels. Really feel the neutralness or pleasantness of it. Let yourself enjoy the absence of something being wrong in this moment, in this place. Allow it in and really appreciate it. And inviting you in if that feels okay in this moment. You can always choose to adapt it differently. Inviting in a hand on your heart center or around your heart center. It can also be another place on your body where you know intuitively if you are this, feel safe, supportive, maybe warm. When I receive the touch and warmth of my own hand as a reminder of intention to cultivate and bring friendliness, kindness, compassion to your experience in this moment and to yourself. If the hand is resting close to your heart center, or decide now maybe to rest a hand there, both hands, only if it's helpful. Allow yourself to feel this precious heart. Maybe sensing its beating and pulsation, vibration. In this moment, its capacity to support many parts of your body. Heart's capacity to be impacted, to be tender, to feel connection and belonging. Connection to the enormous degree of beauty, to soulfulness, capacity to care for, to nurture, to receive. give, to motivate others, to protect with a strong, fierce heart in moments that life demands us to stand strong and tall and upright. A heart that can feel into the challenges around us, in us, close by and far. A heart that is open to sense into the world as we allow it. Bringing care and compassion for the beings that where we can feel the connection so deeply. And starting within, compassion, care for preciousness and the shining inside of you. And taking another deep in-breath here and out-breath, sensing as the body moves, as your hand may still be resting on heart center. It's heart's energy, strong energy field around your heart. See whether in this moment it feels easy to extend this care maybe to those who are here, we know are here, known or not known. Those where you are in your place and beyond. And slowly ending this part of the grounding and connecting practice, sensing once more the grounding of your body on earth, body being held by gravity. Feeling the connection, your body to whatever is making contact with earth, and enjoying the way your body can rest and connect with the earth. Maybe bringing back an image of a tree that is dear to you, rooted, upright. Maybe it's a strong tree, maybe it's a small tree, still rooted in the earth, still connected to all that is through the air, through the humidity, through the humus, and all that we cannot see with our human eyes in the web of life. I'd like to end this practice with a blessing about gravity. Source of all blessings, you bless us with gravity, that all-pervasive attraction that holds all things together and determines every one of our own movements, no less than the motion of planets, stars, and galaxies. May I learn to move with grace of both body and soul by relying on a force on which we can count, though we can never explain it, and which holds all of us together. Brother David Steindl-Rast. With the sound that you will hear in a moment, see whether in your very own time and gentleness you feel like then gently opening your eyes and again allowing still to be slow if that feels right to you. And when you decide to open your eyes, see whether in that posture that you are, instead of looking at the screen, you can allow yourself to let your gaze wander again in your space, maybe outside of the window. Maybe there's a plant in your room, or you see a tree or the sky. Just resting a soft gaze. And then when it feels okay, turning gaze to a circle. And again, by invitation, maybe just sensing into this space and this circle. You don't want to move gallery view. Just seeing whether the sensing into space as we are all here, even virtually, is possible. Acknowledging each other's presence. Maybe greeting. There's somebody you see, just the glimpse of an eye brings joy to your face, being here. And appreciating yourself also for being here and practicing together. Thank you very much for your presence. And wish you, all of us, to be nurtured and nourished and strengthened by the following sessions and our togetherness. Thank you.
So beautiful, Miriam. Thank you for that lovely offering. I can see the thanks coming in the chat as well. Gratitude to you. I so appreciated the image of the tree and our interconnectedness on earth as strong, nourishing women. And the theme of cooperation, not competition. Yeah. So thank you for that lovely offering. And so feeling nourished by that, on that note, I was just taking a moment here to kind of feel the resonance of that offering from Miriam as we remain in silence. And I'd like to briefly share with you some reflections on inspirational women and compassion. So, which beginning with this quote by Maya Angelou, the acclaimed American poet, storyteller, activist. And she said, "Each time a woman stands up for herself without knowing it, possibly, without claiming it, she stands up for all women." So I'd like to tell you a little story. Some of you may have heard this before about my beloved maternal grandmother, Rokhaya Ahmed Amin. And she lived in the Nile Delta of Egypt in the 1940s when she became a widow. She had 6 children when her devoted husband suddenly passed. And in those days, it was not common for a woman to have a career beyond raising children. So my grandmother drew on her fierce compassion to rise up and become a businesswoman in a time and place when this was almost wholly dominated by men. And so she took her faith and her courage, and she motivated herself to protect and provide for her children and herself. And she persevered, with fierce compassion. And she succeeded. Yeah, she raised 6 young children into phenomenal adults, including my dear late mother, Akhlas Lola Amin, who also became a trailblazer in her family, immigrating to the US from Egypt as a single college-educated professional woman in the late 50s, before meeting her husband, my father, and creating our nuclear family and commencing her career as a social worker in Southern California. And so I'm eternally and profoundly inspired by the faith and courage and strength of my grandmother and mother, and the fierce compassion that they harnessed and manifested in the world. And so I invite you to please take a moment to consider and appreciate with deep gratitude all the women in your life, past and present, whom have inspired you, role modeled for you, supported you in tender and compassionately fierce ways, who helped you or are helping you now to rise up. So just inviting you to take a moment within yourself, with eyes open or closed, of deep gratitude and dedication silently in your heart in honor of them. And perhaps if you wish to place the names of some of these honored women in the chat, and we can silently see them. Just how beautiful, witnessing and honoring this community of strong, compassionate, uh, generous women, including ourselves, of course, in that circle. The poet Linda Hogan said, "Suddenly all my ancestors are behind me. Be still," they say. "Watch and listen. You are the result of the love of thousands." Be still, they say. Watch and listen. You are the result of the love of thousands. So feeling into that lineage, that connection alive today in you and in this community of beautiful women here today. And to close this sharing, I'd like to share with you a love letter. Some of you may be familiar with this It's written by the great Vietnamese Zen master, the late Thich Nhat Hanh, entitled Beloved Mother of All Things. So here we go. Dear Mother Earth, I bow my head before you as I look deeply and recognize that you are present in me and that I'm a part of you. I was born from you, and you are always present, offering me everything I need for my nourishment and growth. My mother, my father, and all my ancestors are also your children. We breathe your fresh air. We drink your clear water. We eat your nourishing food. Your herbs heal us when we're sick. You are the mother of all beings. I call you by the human name Mother, and yet I know your mothering nature is more vast and ancient than humankind. We are just one young species of your many children. All the millions of other species who live or have lived on Earth are also your children. You aren't a person, but I know you are not less than a person either. You are a living, breathing being in the form of a planet. Each species has its own language, yet as our mother, you can understand us all. That is why you can hear me today as I open my heart to you and offer you my prayer. So let's just take a moment to remember our connection to and honor our oldest ancestor, Mother Earth. Miriam so beautifully weaved that through her offering. Thank you again, Miriam. This earth which belongs, each of us, to her and to each other. So thank you, friends. We'll take just a few moments of silence before we begin again at the top of the hour. So welcome again, friends. As we're here at the top of the hour, I'd like to introduce our next wonderful teacher with an offering for you today, Carolina Bautista Velez. Hello, Carolina. So good to see you. Thank you for being here. And in her own words, Carolina is an immigrant, Latinx, activist, certified professional life coach, anti-oppression trauma-informed consultant and trainer. Her passion is to inspire change that allows individuals, groups, and organizations to stand from a place of compassion, justice, and wholeness. She is the owner of C. Velez Consulting and Metamorphosis Coaching. Carolina uses mindfulness, resilience, neuroscience, community wellness, and social justice as tools to move toward individual and collective liberation. Carolina is a certified mindful self-compassion teacher and a qualified mindfulness-based stress reduction teacher. She holds a degree in clinical psychology with a specialization in psychoanalysis and social psychology. Thank you again for being here with us, Carolina.
Thank you so much, Dina. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Dina. Such a pleasure to be here. Thank you, Mirjam, for that beautiful offering. It is such an honor to be with all of you here today, celebrating us, all of who self-identify as women, celebrating our female energy, that female energy that is wise, fierce, intelligent, compassionate, collective, and resourceful. That's what we're celebrating. It's no small thing. It's such a big power that we hold. This morning, the weather here where I live is getting a little warmer. And I am not a human being that was built for the cold. And it has been very cold where I live. So today for my morning practice, it was warmer and I was able to do my practice outside. And as my father taught me since a very young age, removing your shoes and feeling the earth is one of the most powerful tools that we can have to ground ourselves. So I was feeling all of this energy from Mother Earth that Dina and Mirjam were mentioning. And I couldn't help but to feel that beauty that passes through us, inside us, and then we give out to others. It reminded me of that feeling of interconnectedness and that nature shows it to us every day. So that's all what I think about in this day and every day. And so deeply grateful to get to practice with you all here. So I'm going to invite us into two different parts of our practice. We have been sitting, or some of us might have been laying down for a while already. So if it is accessible to you, I'm going to invite us to stand up. You can also, if it is not accessible, continue sitting or laying down. You're also welcome to turn off your cameras for this practice. Let me see. I adjust my camera here. Okay. And regardless if you are standing up or sitting, I'm going to invite you to maybe close your eyes or lower your gaze. And bring awareness to your breath. And if needed, just taking few deep breaths here in this new position. Allowing the breath to go back to its natural rhythm. And bringing your awareness to the contact of your feet or any other part of your body that is in contact with the ground, with the earth. This earth that holds us, supports us every day. And that also connects us with one another around this world. Just tapping into that groundiness. If you feel and it's accessible, bending your knees, or if you're sitting, adjusting your position on the chair, feeling the ground, feeling your center, bringing your shoulders a little back, feeling that strength, fierceness, and tenderness from within. And now I invite you to bring awareness to the sides, the space on the sides of your body. That is space that allows us to reach out to each other. And if you feel and it's accessible, bringing the arms out, embodying this reaching out to others. Bringing the arms down if they are up. And now bringing awareness to the back of your body, the space behind you. Remembering the ancestors that stand behind us. The communities that have made it possible for us to be here today. And all of those that holds our back to live this life journey. Now bringing awareness to the space above you. The space that connects us to something bigger than us. Whatever that means to you. Just tapping into that space. Remembering breathing here. And now bringing awareness to the space in front of you. That next breath next step, the opportunity to begin again. That front of us, the one that we move forward, grounded, and thinking about others, including ourselves. And from this place of connection and groundiness, I'm going to invite you to listen for the next 2 minutes to your body and see if there are any ways that your body might need to be moved in this moment, to stretch, or maybe to give yourself some soothing touch or compassion. So for the next 2 minutes, I invite you to offer that mindful and intentional movement to your body. Honoring your body, moving it with intentionality. Listening to it. Staying connected to your breathing. Just spending some time with this body. Starting to come back to a stillness wherever you are. Slowly on your own rhythm. And taking a deep breath here. Starting to find your way back to your chair if you were standing up. Moving back again to your chair. Hydrating if that's needed. Perhaps remembering, looking at each other's faces here, remembering this community, that we are never alone. And I'm going to invite us now to go into this sitting practice. And when I say sitting, please know that you know what is best for you. If you would like to continue practicing sitting, standing up, laying down, or moving, whatever works for you. And closing your eyes or lowering your gaze. Taking just few deep breaths here. And one and all. Arriving to this brand new moment. Letting your breath to go back to its natural rhythm. And bringing your awareness to the in breath. And just noticing for this moment the in breath. How it nourishes your body. How the in breath perhaps energizes your body. Noticing also maybe the coolness of the air when comes in our bodies. And now changing the focus of our attention to the out breath. Noticing perhaps how the air is warmth when comes out of our bodies. We're noticing the benefits of the out breath, the easiness, the soothing when the air comes out of the body. Now integrating the in-breath and out-breath, bringing awareness to both. Breathing in and breathing out. Just feeling the sensation of breathing in and breathing out. And now I invite you to focus your attention back in the in-breath. Noticing that in-breath. And as you breathe in, breathing in something good for yourself. Maybe some words that you might need to hear in this moment, or whatever you might need. Maybe with the in-breath, you breathe in warmth, kindness, compassion, healing, justice, love. And with each in-breath, breathing in, imagining this earth having enough to be able to breathe in that for you, and offering to yourself those words. With each in-breath, breathing in whatever you might need in this moment. It can be a word, or it can be an image that represents what you need. And just breathing it in for you, gifting yourself. And as it is as much part of the practice, noticing where your mind is at in this moment, and bringing it back to your next in-breath, offering yourself some love, kindness, compassion, whatever you need. And now I'm going to invite you to shift your attention to the out breath. And just feel your body breathing out. After having breathed for you, because you too matter. You too need to breathe all of what you need to be able to show up in this world, resourceful and grounded. So with this awareness in your out breath, I invite you to bring your mind someone you love, or perhaps someone who is struggling, or a community that is struggling. And just try to visualize this person or this community or communities in your mind. And begin to direct your out breath to this person or to this community, offering the ease in the out breath, sending intentionally warmth and kindness and healing or justice, something good to this person or to these communities. And now bringing back your attention to both the in breath and the out breath. Breathing in for yourself and breathing out for another. Breathing in for me and breathing out for you. And honoring and noticing where you at in this moment. Maybe you need to breathe in for you 10 times and out one out breath for another person. Or maybe it's one in breath for you and the capacity inside is to give more out breath for others. Honoring that cycle that in order to give, we need to breathe for ourselves too, because we matter too. Breathing in for yourself, kindness, compassion, whatever you might need. And breathing out if it is accessible in this moment to others. Or maybe during this meditation, you say, I need this in breath for me, resourcing yourself. That is very wise and compassionate too. So adjust the in breath and out breath the way that you most need it in this moment. Breathing in and breathing out. Noticing also where your mind is at. And gently just bringing it back. Breathing in for you and breathing out for others. Allowing your breath to flow in and out, like the gentle movement of the sea or the rivers or the water. Flowing in and flowing out. Letting yourself be part of this unlimitless resource of kindness, compassion, tenderness, and fierce compassion. Allowing your mind to bring, if you are breathing out for others, different people, including yourself, breathing in for you and breathing out for whomever you would like to breathe out, including breathing out for the world, for nature, for any being. breathing in for you and breathing out for others. And now taking one deep breath. And releasing the words, starting to release that practice. Bringing awareness slowly to your body. Allowing few moments to bring gentle movement in your body. Perhaps even bringing a hand to your heart or any other soothing place in your body. As a sign of gratitude and compassion to yourself for showing up today. As a sign to keep in our hearts each other here and all the self-identified women and girls around the world. May our practice contribute to the liberation of all of us, because we are not free until all of us are free. Taking another deep breath, and on your own time, starting to bring that movement back and opening your eyes whenever you're ready. Thank you, everybody, very much for being here in community and for practicing with me today. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Carolina, for those beautiful practice offerings you gave to us and for us. I so appreciated your theme of us as collective community, giving and receiving, and also the opportunity that you gave us to stand together and feel our feet on the earth as your dear father showed you, and to feel the support of that, what's beneath us and behind us, above us, as well as acknowledging what's in front of us and all around us. Thank you so much. I feel
Thank
so
you.
nourished.
Thank you so much.
And so I'm just feeling so joyful, friends. So joyful, loving all of us self-identified women here, taking courage and strength together as we nourish ourselves, our bodies, and each other with compassion and love. What a gift. Thank you for each of us here. Thank you for your presence and your practice. We'll remain in nourishing silence now until the top of the hour again for our next offering. Okay, friends, here we are again at the top of the hour. And now I'd like to introduce our next wonderful teacher, Noriko Morita Harth, who will give us her offering during this final hour of the retreat. Hello, Noriko. So Noriko is a certified mindful self-compassion teacher, certified mindfulness-based stress reduction teacher, and the managing director of UC San Diego Center for Mindfulness. She also offers mentorships, teacher training programs, and practicum. Born in Japan, she moved to the States in 1985. Noriko feels that her life-transforming journey of discovering and exploring mindfulness and compassion practices has allowed a more balanced life and identity between these two cultures. Noriko strongly believes practicing mindfulness and compassion and bringing its principles into her life has and continues to help her grow as a person. She feels passionate about bringing these practices to other people's lives, especially to the BIPOC community. Thank you, Noriko, so much for being here. And I'll hand it to you now.
Thank you, Dina. And hello, everyone. Many of you have been practicing since this morning, and some of you may have just joined, but welcome, everyone. And thank you so much for having me with you today in this special retreat class. So for the practice, for today, I was kind of reflecting on what I would like to offer and kind of looking through some quotes. And I just want to share this quote that gave me a little smile, and I hope that it does to you. And some of you may know this quote. So this is from Maya Angelou. My mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive. And to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style. So all of us gathered here today, and we have, I believe we all have, passions toward our work, toward our lives. Sometimes, life happens, things happen, and we have to kind of step back or kind of close. And sometimes our cultural background will kind of interfere. I've experienced it. I feel like I'm expected to behave in certain ways in some situations, and this is a very ingrained cultural component where I grew up in Japan. But as I look at my life, moving here, living my life here, there's so many things that I feel grateful for, the opportunities that I have been given or the people I have connected with. So I'd like to start with just a simple reflection, and you're welcome to close your eyes, or you're welcome to just, find a comfortable posture, supportive posture for your body. And you might take a few long and deep breaths. See if you can allow your breath to nourish you and ground you in this moment, if it's comfortable for you. And allowing the breath to flow at a natural rhythm. And just staying with the breath for a few moments. Allowing yourself to settle with the breath in this moment, in this space. You might notice how your breath feels as it enters into your body. And as it goes out. Noticing the subtle, gentle sensations of the breath as you breathe in and as you breathe out. And gratitude means appreciating the good things that life has given us. Sometimes we may fixate it. We may focus too much on the things that we don't have or the situations that we cannot change, we cannot let go of. Sometimes we focus too much on the negativities. So this is an intentional practice. So let's take a few moments to reflect. Reflect on things that you appreciate, small or could be insignificant things that we sometimes forget that we have in our lives. The things, the good things that you have in your life. And as you remember these things that you have them in your life, that make you feel just grateful. If you like, you can also, just gently open your eyes, look around the room, look outside of the window if that's possible. Just taking the time to acknowledge these small and good things that we already have in our lives. And taking the time to acknowledge each thing allowing yourself to just simply feel grateful for these things. If your eyes are open and if you're looking out the window, it could be this blue sky today, or maybe the rain, or maybe the clouds floating by. And if you're looking around the room, it could be, your pair of um, glasses, maybe warm socks. And now bringing to mind any experiences that you've had in your life that you are grateful for. And there could be some difficult experiences that you had. And at the time, you never thought that you could feel grateful for. But as you reflect on that experience right now, there may have been a silver lining, and you might feel grateful for that to happen to you. You might start with some big events, big experiences that you had in your life that you feel grateful for. You might actually choose to the past few days, just reflecting on your life, your daily life, the past few days. And there may have been some experiences that you've had that you feel grateful for. noticing how you feel in your body as you acknowledge each experience that you've had and that you feel grateful for. I also want to acknowledge that, sometimes when we are just too tired, too overwhelmed, you may not be able to feel, get a sense of gratitude to anything that you have in your life right now. It's just too much. And if that's happening to you, see if you can maybe just acknowledge that you are here. You are here, and just acknowledging that, it's not easy. You're here for yourself, to acknowledge that. And offer any gesture of kindness or compassion for yourself. Perhaps a soothing or supportive touch. Or it could be a word or phrase that you'd like to offer to yourself. And as you're appreciating any experiences that you feel you've had and you feel grateful for, there may be some people, the images of some people showing up in your mind already. So now bringing to mind anyone or people you appreciate in your life. What quality that they have that you truly appreciate. And see if you can consider, women uh, who are in your life, or maybe who were in your life in the past, who supported you, who made a beautiful differences in your life. So taking that time to bring to mind an image of this individual, perhaps a woman, that you feel that you are grateful for her presence. And also if it feels right to you, you might begin to offer good wishes to each woman that you have or you had in your life who made difference or who supported you. And at any moment when you notice that your mind wanders to other things, perhaps other thoughts or sounds, see if you can bring your attention back to an image of this individual. Or offering yourself a soothing or supportive touch. To allow yourself to return to this practice, return to this moment. And as you visualize an individual, perhaps a woman that you have in your life, you had in your life, that you feel grateful for, you can also focus on this person's quality that you are grateful for. And now slowly releasing the images of these women, the people who supported you, people you feel grateful for. See if you can now gently focus on yourself. Now, everyone has strengths, good qualities, the things that you might not like, but if you can look at yourself, any qualities that you feel, grateful that you have. And perhaps because you were supported, you had an opportunity to learn from others. You had a community who supported you to cultivate these qualities. So reflecting on yourself, the qualities that you have and you feel grateful for. And if you are having a little difficulty really acknowledging the good qualities that you have, that you appreciate, if you can, bring in the people or opportunities that you had in your life, perhaps the beneficial influence that others have had on us. So taking that time to reflect and acknowledge any good qualities that you recognize that you have, that you feel grateful for. And these qualities that may have been cultivated because of the people, because of the community. And also noticing how it feels to acknowledge these good qualities that you have and that you feel grateful for. And if it feels right to you, beginning to offer good wishes to yourself. It could be a word or a phrase, or it could be an image of love or compassion, warmth, or it could be a sense of light. Anything that feels right to you. If you like, you can place your hand over the heart or elsewhere where you feel soothed and supported. Holding yourself in kind awareness. And if it feels right to you, you may begin to extend good wishes to all beings, especially our community of women who gathered here today. You might also extend good wishes to the women that you have in your life or you had in your life. Who supported you to cultivate the good qualities within you. You might also choose to extend good wishes to some people that are a little difficult in your life. Some people who might annoy you or frustrate you sometimes. You might also consider offering good wishes to people you don't know very well. Perhaps somebody you see at the coffee shop, grocery store, or maybe your neighbor, but you don't know very well. So offering good wishes to all beings, your family members, beloved pet, dear friends, colleagues, neighbors, and people in your community, and people who may be suffering that you don't know. And if it feels right to you, you might also extend good wishes to all lives, the marine lives, the animals, birds, the plants, flowers, the planet, this earth, making sure you include yourself to this circle of goodwill. May the benefits of our practice be dedicated to all beings. May all beings be free from suffering. May all beings be held in kindness and compassion. And slowly releasing the practice. And allowing yourself to simply rest in your experience. And you might just take a moment to, check in with yourself, how your body is feeling, how you're feeling. And see if you can allow yourself to feel what you are feeling in this moment. And allowing yourself to be exactly as you are. And as you are ready, slowly opening the eyes. Thank you.
Thank you, Noriko, for your graceful, elegant offering. How you've pointed us to remembering what we can be grateful for, what we can appreciate within our lives, our experience within ourselves. And also those women in our lives who have touched us. Gratitude to you. Thank you. And friends, as we come now to the close of this retreat, this International Women's Day retreat, inviting you, if you found value in this retreat, to please consider making a donation to the center. I've just put into the chat the link that you can use if you'd like to make an offering. All of the wonderful circles of practice teachers who keep the offerings that happen several times a day, every day of the week, freely give of their time and energy with love. So this would be a wonderful offering to support this community. And I'd like to spotlight now each of the, let's see if I can do this, each of the wonderful teachers that were with you today. Here we are. Each of these beautiful, strong, and compassionate women are teachers today. Noriko, Carolina, Miriam, who gave us such nourishing offerings. Thank you so much. And I'd also like to highlight and say thanks to Mary Markdante, who is CMSC's Director of Communications. Thank you, Mary, for supporting this retreat. Yeah. And Yeah, thank each of you beautiful women. I'm so honored to stand and be in community with you. And thank you to each and every one of you as participants. Let's see if we can go into gallery view together. I'm gonna remove the spotlights if I'm able, and we can all go in gallery view together. And maybe each one of us can remove our spotlight so we can just see each other here all together in gallery view. And whoop. So, do I have you? Yes. Oh, good. And yeah, just looking at this beautiful community, global community of self-identified women, all of us here, is giving and receiving courage and strength to each other, and together nourishing ourselves and each other, right? With compassion and love. Oh, thank you so much for being here. Yeah, happy International Women's Day, friends. Empowering women's voices. Yes, please feel free to unmute and say hello and goodbye in your own language if you wish. Yeah, thank you.